This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live third round coverage of the California Classic. Now we go down to the action at the first. Starting to round the turn now. 72 holes, it's a lot of golf. Third round about to get underway.
Yeah, played well through the first 2 days. Very much in contention. But it's still a new day.
I'm loving that balance.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
So the second of the par four goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. And getting ready for the putt. Work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Just a couple of feet. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, it still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Frank, players had hybrids. Some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on the third?
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right.
Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. And setting up here in the rough.
Oh, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. They'll take it. That's a par. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Frank, what's happening early in this third round? Doesn't look good.
Oh, it's a shocker, Rich. It really is. There's nothing like we saw the first 2 days. A series of mistakes just compounding one after the other. Really right now, talk to the caddy, talk to somebody, talk to someone in the crowd. You've got to change things around. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Our attempt here.
Well, the 4th hole looks like it's going to claim another victim.
Just a little tap in here. Bad news is, that's a bogey. The good news, still tied for the lead.
He's the only one disappointed. The rest of the field aren't. Made it a real cat fight.
Good contact, good result. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
This is an awkward length.
So close. Well, he's not going to be real happy with that. Wow. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. In complete command of his game. 9 under for the tournament with that birdie. Frank, a long par 3 here at the 6th. 255 yards. Club selection obviously is crucial.
Yeah, and length is very important here. Something that can fly high and land soft is obviously going to make that green play a little bit bigger. If you get a breeze off the right or left to right into, this hole becomes very challenging.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Locked in on the read and the speed. workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, the seventh is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because you have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
Good swing, good shot yet again. And it generates some momentum here at the seventh hole. This for birdie.
It's no snack though.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. And he's putting for par now.
Well, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Now we're at the eighth hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a three-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswalk that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Birdie try up next. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Finishing out the front nine with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, break down this second shot here at the ninth hole.
The second shot's a little bit like the tee shot. We know that the biggest trouble is on the right with the water, but there's also a bunker between water and green. So Pete Dye's enticing you to try and play the correct shot, which is one that just moves a little left to right towards the flag. And there is a little bit of relief. If you just miss it a touch, you're in the sand, not the water.
He'll take that one all day long. Very solid, about 15 feet away. Trying to make yet another birdie. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
In for par. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, continuing at PGA West in the Career Builder Challenge. We're on the back nine now. Hole number 10 is 416 yards, a medium-length par 4. But again, player has to deal with water.
It is. This is a double dogleg, really. And if you don't get the ball in the fairway, you're going to kick yourself.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this TPC Stadium course in La Quinta, California has quite a history, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Every style of golf, age group, whether it's someone trying to get their tour card at the tour school, skins games played here from 1986 to 1991, even the PGA Club Professional Championship, they've all come and played here. It's so good to see it on the back on the rotation. But I've got to say, the one thing, and I was there, in 2000, it was the PGA Tour Q School. It was won by Stephen Allen, who was an Australian player. But the worst thing I've ever seen on a golf course happened on Alcatraz, the 17th hole there. Joe Daly, who was looking like he was going to...
Extra stroke at it after going into the water. This now the fourth shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, it still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. Little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side, so you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided. I tell you, there's long and long, and that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Well, that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Frank, how about this hole, the par 5 11? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole, a par 5 that you can't reach. You still play it as a 3-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th.
Should be safely on deck.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
He has this attempt for par. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, we came off a hole, the short par 4 12th, where players no doubt were thinking about making birdie. Here, a different story. Why?
It is. Well, 13's always going to be unlucky for some. There's so much water down there on that left side. And the way it sort of laps up to the wooden bulkhead, it looks anything other than a straight shot. And this is where you have to mentally move the flag. You've got to push that flag in your mind's eye to the right side of the green and say, I do not want to go left of that.
Yeah, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Now another short par 4. It's only 389 yards. But Frank, where could a player go off course, so to speak, at this 14th?
Well, this is a hole where you have to play your own game. If you're a longer hitter, I think you can challenge that bunker and knock it over there. And if you're shorter player, you should be only looking at that left side. You're always going to feel like you've left something out there on a hole like this. You always think you could have done the other option. But this is where you've got to stick to what you think is your game plan.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cup.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Good strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Just misses. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, a missed opportunity, no doubt. No one likes these. Putt for double bogey. That really hurts. Into a tie for the lead after that double bogey. Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those two bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Now to the par 5 16th. Frank, this is a pretty solid hole.
Like all the other par 5s here, length gets a big advantage here. This hole, as you mentioned, bends to the left, and that bunker can be taken out of play by the longest hitters. 326 yards will get you past that. Otherwise, there's sort of a V shoot down the right side that everybody else has to respect.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Now the second shot to the par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. But he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Oh, I thought he had that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Good, solid par right there. Well, let's see, Frank. The par 3 17th, just 168 yards. You can't miss it right. Can't miss it left. Can't miss it short. You can't miss it long. Good luck. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today.
Just seems an absolute waste. Got to take your time.
And getting ready for the putt. Too bad, misses the putt and an opportunity.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
And here it is, the final approach shot of the day. So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
So this is his fourth shot after the last one found the water.
Yeah, it's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Bad news is, that's a bogey. The good news, still tied for the lead.
Yeah, he's the only one disappointed. The rest of the field aren't. Made it a real cat fight.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today, it's the final round of the California Classic. All set to go, we take you to the first hole. Starting off the fourth round, here is our co-leader. It's a good position, Frank. Great chance to win.
Oh, and what you would give for a hot putter today on Sunday.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. All right, Frank, break down this approach shot here at hole number one.
Well, typical Pete Dye confuses you straight out of the gate. Draw off the tee, and then you've got to hit that second shot in left to right. Look at the angle of that green. It points away to the right.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That is another laser right at the flagstick. Locked in on the read and the speed.
great start.
To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in. That's a good par given the situation.
Still tight, still close. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left, so it really does suit a shot coming in from the right.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully. And you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
Going to tap out on this hole for the week for another bogey on this hole. Won't be happy with that, that's for sure.
Well, the bogey, it's made it interesting for someone, that's us.
Frank, here's a case at the fourth hole, this par 3, of Pete Dye kind of messing with a player's mind. Just, how does he do it?
Well, there's a straight line between that tee and the flag. That's the obvious thing. But if you follow the look of the hole down there, it's just the shaping of the bunkers, the little curving of the edges there that just take that mind's eye away, almost making it look like there's a little bit of a dog leg in a straight hole. Very clever.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Well, here we are at the fifth hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. It's going to get you one way or the other.
Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
And at this point, Frank, you'd settle for par with the heat rising, all the pressure building, but an eagle at this point, tremendous effort. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Lining this one up for par.
Just dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Frank, the seventh is a short par 4, 346 yards, so I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because you have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
Excellent looking shot here. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
We went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Frank, not easy to keep your eye on the target when you've just splashed down.
Yeah, but on the flip side, too, one bad shot doesn't have to lead to two.
So it's been a tough hole. Previous shot went into the water, took the drop. This now, the sixth shot. Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Well, double par here. Time to pick up and move on. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a three-shotter like it is for everybody else.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Settles in over the putt. Very disappointing. Very short of the hole. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. So one shot closer to the lead with that birdie. Frank, the ninth hole at 452 yards with that water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the ninth. Frank, is this one going to be okay?
Yeah, just a little right. Seemed like good contact.
Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie.
In a very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back nine. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Locked in on the read and the speed. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Just a couple of feet.
Rich, with so few holes left, bogeys are just that much more expensive.
That will really hurt his chances of catching the leader. Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. Little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side. So you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided.
Good start to the hole, Frank.
Yeah, nice drive there. Swinging well, too. This will certainly set up this hole.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Continues to putt beautifully. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
This from 7 feet. There you have it. Well done. Great putt. Frank, what do you make of this par 3 13th at 214 yards?
It's another example of Pete Dye using those sort of very harsh wooden bulkheads that give you that such a definitive line around the edge of the green. Plus, it's his ability to turn a straight hole into a very angular or crooked looking hole.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Leaves that one about 20 feet out from the cup. Nicely played shot. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. No damage done, made the par. Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Now the approach shot here at 14. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Frank, if a player needs to make a big move at the close of the round, how could they get at this whole location and make a birdie? They call this turning home.
I think that's where you have to be a little more aggressive off the tee shot. A drive of 280 yards can certainly take those two bunkers down the left out of play. There is one in the distance down there, 350 yards, so even the longest hitters can still hit driver down there. You imagine pumping one down there, sort of 340 yards. Now you turn a long hole into a drive and a wedge. That's how you get aggressive.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. See what they do now with this second shot at hole number 15. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. And you can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Wow, I thought he made that.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
He needs this for par. In for par. Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16th.
Especially if the player decides to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. But then the other thing to realize, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Second from an excellent lie. Appears to be tracking well. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up.
Really? This is an awkward length. You want to know the difference between good scores and average scores? That.
You're right there. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday.
I don't know what they were looking at.
Not a problem from there, right in the middle. Well, 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 here we are at the famous Alcatraz. Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. A little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, it was makeable, that's for sure.
Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. With that birdie, moves one shot closer to the lead. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
Well, I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf. And it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.